3, 2, 1. A single strike can silence a front, but sometimes it also reveals the voices that never wanted to be heard. The desert sky over Al-Rafeeq, once clear and quiet, became a furnace of light when a blast tore through Base 47, a remote drone launch facility near the frontier. Reports from the ground indicate that unmanned systems, operators, and specialists from multiple contracted groups were present during the explosion. Initial counts suggest nearly 25 fatalities and close to 80 wounded, many of whom were coordinating long-range reconnaissance meant to reach far into disputed territory. The hangars, the control vans, the fuel pods, everything ignited in a cascading detonation visible from dozens of kilometers out, wiping out one of the region's most vital drone command links. And this strike, according to analysts, was neither symbolic nor accidental. It was a message, direct, unforgiving, and aimed at those who prefer to operate from behind closed rooms rather than marked uniforms. What deepened the fracture was what had been launched from that runway days earlier. Surveillance drones traced back to Base 47 were linked to a strike on Ishkar district, where 9 civilians died and dozens were injured. Their homes shredded, workshops flattened, and a school block cracked open like paper. The line between defensive strategy and offensive impulse blurred. One missile, one night, and suddenly those operating under the banner of support units were exposed, no longer unseen, no longer safely abstract. Now the world asks, who carries more danger, the fist that strikes openly or the hand that strikes while pretending not to exist? Drop your answer in the comments. And if this breakdown challenges your thinking, hit like. Your input shapes the stories we pursue next. As hours passed, more details surfaced and the narrative sharpened. Independent observers report that the attack reached not just personnel, but a command module coordinating unmanned raids across a 400-kilometer belt, including targets across 3 border towns. The impact crater, scorched earth, and melted chassis remain the only testimony to what stood there. Officials downplayed it as material damage, but satellite feeds showed otherwise. Twisted wreckage, blackened runways, and a visible gap in the drone relay grid. A senior official, Fareed Salim, speaking off record, suggested that foreign specialists were indeed assisting in system calibration and mission planning, though no state has formally acknowledged involvement. If confirmed, it would mark a new stage, one where private contractors and unmarked advisors take on roles once reserved for uniformed militaries, blurring accountability beyond recognition. But Base 47 was not the only target. Hours later, a second strike hammered a fortified bunker complex beneath the Kandahar foothills, a nerve center for field coordination and encrypted telemetry. Early assessments mention a dozen command staff neutralized, among them communication officers and tactical planners. It was, according to military strategists, a deliberate blow not to infantry, but to the brain that guides them. Meanwhile, diplomatic wires buzzed. Regional blocs convened emergency calls, exploring mutual security frameworks that could tilt the balance of power across the continent. From Sairon to Valashik, alliances once slow and symbolic now move with visible urgency. The map is shifting, not just in lines and colors, but in who pulls the levers behind the machines in the sky. In closing, the Al-Rafeeq strike may soon be remembered as more than a battlefield note. It is a rupture, one that exposes what war truly looks like when fought through drones, advisors, contractors, and quiet signatures. The long-range systems that once operated in shadow have been dragged into daylight. Whether this escalates into open confrontation or pressures dialogue into existence remains unknown. What is certain is this: fire revealed what shadows could no longer hide. Now, your turn. Was this escalation strategic inevitability or preventable miscalculation? Share your view in the comments below. And if you haven't subscribed yet, do it now. Turn on notifications. We're tracking every shift, every signal, every silent movement across this expanding conflict. And if you believe in this reporting, support the channel. Membership funding fuels deeper investigations, sharper analysis, and more ground-level sourcing. Patreon and PayPal links are in the description.